Hey, 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 it's Bernadette. All right, I'm going to talk to you guys about the energy because it's feeling a little tough for some of you. And it's been very strong today, a little on the intense side leading up to today. And then we have a new moon on Friday. But there's a few things that are popping up repeatedly. And I definitely want to touch on those things so that you guys don't feel like you're so alone. If you've been feeling kind of under the gun and everyone around you is reacting, you're not alone. If you're feeling very heavy, sort of confused, you're not alone, right? There's just a lot of energy and a lot of shifts and things that are changing and bringing your attention to the need for change in your lives. So I wanted to jump on here. I've been trying for the last couple hours, but I had to take care of a couple last minute clients, and messages and downloads coming from spirit left and right. So I don't want to make this super long, but at the same time, I don't want to miss anything that spirit wants me to communicate with you guys. And I too have had some things come up over the last few days, and spirit's been really working on me with what I need to change and what I need to shift. So I'll share with you guys what that is too at the end of this. In the meantime, let's start with the energy. Say hi when you get here. And please hit the like and the share button so that other people can find this video. Hi, Janine. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Kim. So yeah, pretty heavy feeling the last few days. Yes, today we've had, and I've been meaning to tell you guys this was coming. I just have not had enough time. And I've really had, hi, Cindy, I've had to take care of me the last couple of days. I mean, I've got so much going on, you know, running this business, running my other business. I do a lot of stuff for people and kids and everyone else. I mean, right now my workload is heavy. My schedule is tight because I do give a lot, both to my clients and then to those who are in need. And there's a lot of people suffering right now with anxiety, with depression, with stress, with overwhelm, with, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I'm so confused. My computer is having all kind of different weird shifty things. Let me close a couple windows here, make sure we don't have any issues. So I hope you guys, hang on, here we go. Hopefully that fixes it. I've been getting weird things on my computer screen, keeps flashing. Hi, Anita, welcome. Okay, so tell me yes in the comments if you have felt this energy for the last week, but it's intensified over the last couple of days where you definitely feel like something's missing, something needs to change. There's a lot of anxiety. You're feeling kind of depressed, right? Your ego is heightened and loud. And you know that something needs to shift. Maybe you're just not sure what that is, but it definitely feels like you need some direction. You guys feel that? Put yes in the comments. I'm meeting myself running about not getting anything completed. All right. Cindy says yes, Spencer. Bingo. Okay. Part of this energy, like I have told you guys, and I have not done a monthly report. Again, I have not had time. I can only do so much. And as it is right now, I think I hold the job title of about 12 people. And while I do have some little bit of help from Valkyrie, keeping up with sharing my memes and stuff like that, a lot of stuff I have to actually do on my own between web programming and design, and then obviously I'm the only one that can meet with my clients and help in that arena. So yeah, I do a lot of people's jobs, and I will try to get to a monthly, but I'm not making any promises right now, not with what Spirit's been telling me I need to do for me, and what I need to do for other people. So there are limitations to the amount of time I have in a day, in a week, in a month. And if you have messaged me recently and I've not gotten back to you, I apologize. If you have tried to message me on this page and have noticed that Messenger is no longer turned on this page, I will explain to you why that is too. Like I said, we've all felt that things need to change. And for each one of us individually, it's different, right? For those of you who are super giving, you're over givers, right? This is a time you're probably getting some of the same information that I'm getting, which is back off. Stop trying to save everybody. There's a handful of people that you can deal with on a daily basis, a weekly basis, whatever. Stop trying to give everything to everybody. Learn to value who you are and what you come into the world with has been a big message for me lately, which is why I've backed off a little bit on live streams and will continue to. And I'll share more with you guys what that's going to look like. But I did turn my messenger off on this page. First of all, because you guys can always reach me via email. Second of all, some people were abusing it, messenger, and were contacting me at all hours of the day and night. And it wakes me up on my phone. Aside from they're just a bunch of people fishing for free readings and free advice and enough. Like, you can always email me. I'll read it when I have time. Best way to get hold of me is to book a session, like, since I'm always on time. And that's the way I honor like my time. So I don't know what it is for you, but Spirit is this big message. Even in Charm Life, we talked about this. What can you get rid of? Start taking things away. And I'm not going to get into the whole lesson of what we went through in Charm Life last week, but certainly that's the focus this week. So reminder for you Charm Life people, right? That's what you're supposed to be doing this week. What can I get rid of? What am I not responsible for? People messaging you in the middle of the night. Yeah. Social media is great, but Messenger, yeah, no. Not enough of it. It's too much between my personal page, and people will find me on my personal page and think that it's okay to message me on my personal page at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, do you know what time it is? Oh yeah, sorry. No, not okay. I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't go to bed until very late. And when I'm asleep, I need my sleep. People just have no boundaries right now either. Don't know if I'm Arthur or Martha, crazy roller coaster emotions, trying to figure it all out. When I think I'm finally getting a breakthrough, I start second guessing myself. That's the ego, yes. All I know for sure is my circle has had to be minimized. Yes. And that's the time we're in right now. By no mistake, right? Those of you in Charm Life, you're lucky because you guys always seem to be on the cutting edge and the leading edge of whatever Spirit is telling us to do in Charm Life to keep ourselves very centered and living a magical life tends to be ahead of the curve for everybody else. And then the information for everybody else seems to come through later. So those of you in Charm Life, literally, you guys are days ahead. You guys have had this information since Thursday of what to be focusing on. Maybe not the message behind it, but the lessons that we've been working on and the exercises we're doing. You guys are lucky. If you don't know what Charm Life is, just go to my website, go check out Charm Life. It's open for enrollment all the time. All right. This energy, April, is a foreshadowing of 2020, January. Specifically 2020, we have the same aspects sort of hitting this month that are going to be making a big appearance and major shifts in 2020. 2020 is a big year of change and transformation. We are setting the stage for that change and transformation right now. This is sort of the setting up of what needs to change and transform, what needs to be gotten rid of, what needs to be created. Unfortunately, and this is where it gets a little uncomfortable for people, but I want you guys to hear me on this. Right now, I'm in the process of creating a couple of things from a bunch of different things that have happened in the last week. Hi, Heather. And this one's heavy on my heart. Always has been. You guys have heard me talk about it before, but there is another push. As much as you as adults, and most of you guys that follow me are, you're in your middle ages. Some of you are young, God bless you. But a lot of you are, I'm 52. A lot of you are close to my age. You're in your 40s, you're in your 50s. Your children are teenagers or they're grown. and you're still feeling the effects of this energy. You're like, oh my God, I can barely breathe. I feel so confused. I don't know who I am, and who I am is changing, right? You guys feel that confusion, that overwhelm, that, oh my God, I know that I've got to do something to get out of this place of discomfort. And it's a strong sense of discomfort. But as adults, we have these choices. Like, we have some wisdom. You guys, you know where to find me. You know how to get help from me. But where the concern and the heaviness is coming in is there's a whole generation of young people right now that are in high school, that are recently graduated from high school. This whole generation of young people that they are looking for answers, and they are feeling stressed, and they are feeling depressed, and they are confused, and they are lost, and they don't fit in. I was talking to one parent earlier today, and the messages that I was telling her is, literally, it's like taking a round peg and sticking it, trying to shove it into a square, or taking a square peg and shove it into a round hole. You can't. You're shaving off edges, trying to get this thing to fit. That's what our children are going through right now. And it's troubling. And it's to me, it's unnecessary, right? We need to shift and change. We need to address this in a conversation globally, but it has to start within our families. It has to start in the way that we listen. It has to start in the way that we understand. We have to get out of this place of looking at, how do I feel? And okay, wait a minute, how do my children feel? If I feel this shitty right now, if I feel this confused and this discombobulated, and I know about energy, I've studied it, I've had an awakening, what about my children or my nephews and my nieces or the kids that I'm connected to that don't know about this stuff? They aren't taught it in school. We don't talk about it in society. It's not like going on in the message boards, right, where these kids hang out. Literally, I've been trying for days now and trying to get my 17-year-old's help of where to reach these kids and offer them free videos, a free forum, to come somehow, for them to find me, because I will help them for free if I need to. If I can save a kid from killing themselves, I don't care what it costs. I don't care how much time it takes. I will be that voice, right? And I wish to God there were more people like me right now that were willing to not put a stop to the amount of time we give. But right now, there is a heavy focus on that. And for those of you who have children who are suffering right now with anxiety, and they're on pills, or they're depressed, and none of that stuff is working, I'm going to tell all of you, unfortunately, it's not going to work. That is not the solution that we need to come up with. We've been medicating our children now for a number of years. Back in the 90s, when my oldest was little, and late 90s, that's where medication started to be the go-to. Let's medicate the kids and let's numb them out, so that then they don't have to really feel anything, and they can get their schoolwork done, and they can graduate, and they can be useful citizens of the frickin' society. No, fuck that. Excuse my French, but that's not how we're supposed to be doing things. The messages that I have been getting from Spirit is about opening our eyes as adults, opening our minds to embrace and to support this shift and this change. These kids came in. We talked to you guys about numerology in the last video. These kids came in with totally different, are not the same energetically as you and I are as adults. Yes, they're sensitive. You're an empath, you're sensitive. If you watch me, you're either waking up or you're awake. And you have that information. You have resources. You guys take my classes, right? We forget that there's a trickle down. These children are different. Their DNA is different. Their sort of what's awakened in their brains is different, and they're highly sensitive. they're suffering too. So all this energy y'all are swimming in, and it's so confusing and it's so overwhelming, and oh my God, I don't know if I can take it. I can barely breathe. Like, what the hell, Bernadette? What's going on? Your discomfort is a shadow of what they're going through, because they don't have people telling them throughout their day, here's an energy update. This is what's going on. You're not alone. They have people telling them, just work harder. Just take this pill. Just get your schoolwork done. Just focus. Just grow up, right? That's what we tell them. And what does that make them want to do? Kill themselves. They don't see a way out. We have to step up and we have to support them. So if you have a child that's going through that and your finances are limited and you're like, I don't want to lose my kid needs help, get in touch with me. All right. Like I said, I'm trying to find, there's a site called Twitch where it's live streaming. It's kind of a YouTube, but it's mostly for gamers. But the reality is there's a lot of kids on there. I don't know if they'll watch something from someone like me. Let's hope that they do. I believe that Spirit will open the door any way that Spirit needs to, which means that I'm going to have to put more time out in trying to start a conversation with these kids. And giving them a safe space to actually communicate and to express themselves. But that's where a lot of them are hanging out, the younger kids and the teenagers, right? They need someone to talk to, and they need someone to explain to them there's nothing wrong with you. There's something wrong with the way that we are still living on this planet, in this world, where we think that we can still do things the same, right? We have to reach these kids. I don't know if any of you are having that calling. I talked to one young man who's on this live stream that has a calling with the kids. There is no time to wait. That thing inside of you that says something needs to change and I need to step in and I know that I need to fulfill my purpose. If it's geared towards kids, the time is now. Stop waiting. Start doing. I don't care if you have to go to the basketball court and shoot hoops with these kids to get in touch with them. Make yourself known to them. Start somewhere. That time is now. They are our future, and we are their life vests. We are their floaties right now. And if we don't get outside of ourselves and stop just dealing with, like, how do I get through this energy? And start really looking at whatever this energy is trying to shift and change in me to make it better for them, to make it livable for them, to make it hopeful for them. Whatever it is in me that I need to fix, to improve, to take action on, I will do that. But here's the deal. It isn't just for you. It's for all of them. And there is like millions of kids right now that are suffering. Some of them are doing okay. Some of them that are worldly focused are doing okay. But then there's a whole lot of them who are giving up and who are succumbing to the depression, and they feel like there's no way out. And they feel that way because we're still trying to make them fit into a stupid like circle when they're square pegs. We can't. You can't shave off what the soul in them wants to express. Depression, I'm going to explain this again. Spirit wants me to explain this to you guys again. Right? Depression comes from our soul, our true nature, our essence, being squished in, pushed, pressured into a box that it can't fit in, into a place where we feel like we can't breathe. It's not joyful, it's limiting, and it takes our breath away. That's depression. It is your spirit, your soul, trying to squeeze into a box that wasn't made for you, right? It's a part of you that's like, this doesn't feel good. And so it gets depressed. The real you gets shoved down smaller and smaller and smaller till you just can't take it anymore. Eventually, what do? You get angry, you break out of the box. You can do it with violence, or you give up and you just stop caring and you go to sleep in that box, hoping that you're not going to wake up the next day. This is reality. And a lot of what we're experiencing with this energy, bet you guys didn't think that this was going to be the conversation today. But a lot of what is up with this energy right now is a reality check. All right. We've got the moon in Pisces. Mercury is in Pisces. Neptune is in Pisces. And Aries is also, I'm Aries. Venus is also in Pisces. There's all of this energy, Piscean energy, emotions, dreaminess, up in our heads, can't really tell much of anything up from down, like sensitivity off the charts. By no mistake is it this intense. And then we've got all of these other energies coming in from Saturn and from Pluto. Saturn, the taskmaster, Saturn, the authoritarian planet, karma, right? Saying, look, you need new rules. And Pluto wanting to change everything, reveal what's in the dark, and Uranus joining the party and going, you got to change something. So that internal feeling for you that something needs to change for your own life, yes, you're absolutely right. Whatever it is that's triggering you, whatever it is that's too much, whatever you're doing that you can stop doing and take away and simplify, do that right now. But if there are things that you've been pulled to, you've been called to, that you haven't taken action on, the discomfort will only grow until you finally step in and take action on it, because the world needs you. The world needs your light. The world needs you to step in and do something. And please do it. Stop waiting. The time is now. Like, imagine this, because this is the picture Spirit shows me. We are all of us, in the middle of the ocean. The earth has been flooded. Think about it from that standpoint. And there is no ark. There's no life raft. We are there. And we are either going to save the ones we can and do something with our energy by holding them up and creating stability so that we can all live, or we're all going to sink together. This planet needs us. The other human beings on this planet need us, but we have work to do as light workers. It isn't about just the touchy-feely, oh my God, I'm an empath and this energy sucks. You're right, it sucks right above it. And if you don't know how, get into the Empath Masterclass, learn about the gift and the blessing of being an empath. I've heard from too many people and read too many freaking posts about I'm an empath and it's a curse and it sucks and someone just needs to teach me how to turn it off. No. There are no mistakes. The universe and God did not give you these gifts for you to waste them. They are needed right now, and there's an entire generation or 2 or 3 of young empaths who are lost, that need us as adults to step up and go, I know what you're feeling. I feel it too. I'm going to teach you how to break out of the box. You don't need to give up. I'm going to show you how, and I'm going to do it for me too. And it isn't about telling the kids you're better than them. It's about sharing your story of triumph and overcoming. It's about relating to them, right? And each other. Because it really doesn't matter whether you're 60 or 50 or 40 or 10 right now. We are all feeling this energy. And for some reason, we get hit with these waves of energy that want to create change. And we're all looking for this paradigm shift. And we seem to forget there's this whole young generation that doesn't even know that this stuff is going on. They don't teach astrology in school. They don't talk about being empathic or using your psychic gifts. They don't talk about the connection to the universe and nature. Nobody's teaching these kids these things. And to make them understand how divine they are, that's our job. Those of us who are awakened, whatever, woke up. And many of us have a calling to work with these kids. And now's the time to step in. No more waiting. So while I want to be here for you guys, and I am here for you, these changes that are feeling like they need to be expressed internally for you, you're not alone in feeling it. All of us are feeling it. All of us are feeling the pressure of it, and it will relieve when we step into our gifts, when we step into the blessing and our divine nature and say, I'm not going to worry about how I feel right now. I'm going to go save another. I'm going to go help out. because there's armies of people drowning in this emotional crap. And this Piscean energy is so hard to make sense of what direction to go. Doesn't matter what direction you go, the universe, spirit will make sure that you stay on your path. But stop sitting in a place and spinning on, I don't know what to do. What can I do right now? What can I let go of right now? What's in front of me to deal with right now? And how can I help another? Jesus said, love one another as I have loved you. Period. That was it. That fulfilled the law. That pretty much solved everything. That brought about healing. So when you go through these things, love one another. Period. Love yourself. Tell your ego to take a freaking flying fuck. I'm sorry, but the reality is everybody's egos are flying right now. Thank you, Pisces. Keeps us up in our head. And when we're in our head, that's when we're out of our hearts and we're not paying attention to coming from that place of love. We get lost in that thought and analysis thing. Like everybody's egos are rampant and active. And it's not a nice conversation. It's you're not good enough. You're not smart enough. Why are you even here taking up space? You're not going to be able to get that done. Why would God use you? Who do you think you are? That's where the ego's at. Look, you failed again. Might as well just quit. That's the ego talk. And it is affecting every single one of us, even me. But unfortunately, it's affecting the young people too. And we can pretend that they can make it on their own. They have no worries. They have worries. They are super stressed. And they need us to stand up and lend a helping hand and say, here, let me listen to you. Let me talk to you. Let me share with you. Let me empower and encourage you. Let me use my gifts to feel into your energy and lighten it. And I will sit with you for as long as it takes until you feel better. And that's what Spirit wants us to do. Stop thinking about just ourselves. Think about the whole month of April. It's all about looking at, how we can change the world, how we can shift and change things. Paradigm shift is not going to happen without your help as far as changing the systems on this planet that man has created. It's not like the universe can't just, throw an asteroid our way and shake shit up. It could happen that way. None of us want it to happen that way. So rather than having some cataclysmic destruction happen, we need to feel what we're feeling and go, okay, well, if I'm not the only one feeling that, and there's some validation in just listening to this girl talk on live stream, then I am not the only one feeling that. They must be feeling it too. What can I do? How can I help? How can I stand in a place of love and shift it and change it for them and for the upcoming generations that are too young to even notice? Those that are 5, 6, 7, 8. Before long, they're going to be in high school too, and they're going to be struggling too. And these kids that are getting ready to graduate and go and be adults, they are so completely lost right now. They don't know what to do. And many of them are just escaping, whether they're using video games or they're using drugs and alcohol or sex or whatever. You guys have been there, right? We've all been young. We know that stress. We're far removed from it. I know I am. I graduated 30 something years ago. But I do remember when I really tried how flippin' hard it was. And all I could think is, I just want to graduate. Well, back in the 80s when I graduated, there was a hopeful, optimistic time. There's opportunities everywhere. Technology hadn't taken yet. Think about the kids that are graduating now or close to it. Look at our economy. Look at all the homeless communities living in tents across the globe right now. This is the world that they're walking into as adults, and we're telling them, go get a job. Just deal with school. Don't worry about the bullying. I know the energy sucks. You can handle it. We're not giving them the support that they need. Some of us are, but as a whole, we're not. We have to think about these things, and really Spirit wants us to wake up to these things so that we can help shift them. So I'm sorry if this isn't the fluffy message you guys wanted. I can only do what Spirit tells me to do. And this is the message that needed to be told today. We need to wake up and we need to do something, and we need to do it quickly. And this month, there's going to be a whole lot of holes in our system coming up, whether it's politically or within the school system, within the healthcare system, you name it. Every single system is being rocked to its core. Have you noticed that energy too, of us liking things to remain the same, knowing it needs to change, not knowing how to change it, is shaking a lot of people up. So then what do? We focus on how do I feel? And we stop looking out at how can I change it for others, not just myself. And Spirit really wants us to start to think more from the standpoint of all humanity, all of the life that is on this planet, not just humans. So I just got the wink. I'm like, okay, is that it? Anything else you want to say? Because wow, I am not normally like that on these messages. So what's changing for me? I've been told for days now, and had it confirmed several times by other people, that I have not valued myself enough. And while you guys really appreciate a lot of the stuff I put out and I give to you, and I wish I could say that I can continue to do it for free, I can't. I need to make a living too. I need to support myself, and I need to feel like there's an energy exchange, right? So that's why I set up Patreon I think it was in January. I set up Patreon, was so that people could donate. People could become supporters. You can give $5 and just be a supporter of the channel. You can PayPal me $1. I don't really care how much it is. It's just, if everyone were to support the work and keep it going, I would be able to take the time that I need to off to do these things, instead of having to just work extra hours to make up for what I'm giving away for free. So what I'm going to start doing is a lot of the stuff that I would do here on live stream, I'm going to do in my Patreon group for my Patreon supporters. I'll still do some free content, but not nearly as much as I have been. We're probably going to just repurpose a lot of my old content. I've been doing videos now for years and years. I have a ton of content out there that you guys can digest, whether it's on YouTube or I just, re-release them edited here on Facebook. I'm not going to be doing as many live streams. Those will be reserved for those in Patreon, those who support me, those who are in my Charm Life group, those who are in Soul Fast. I'll pop in there every now and then and do a live video. Hang on, guys. Sorry. So that's where that's at for me. I need to have the time to do some videos for the kids. And I'm going to give some of the free time that I've been giving to all of you to make videos to try and reach those kids that are suffering by themselves and offer to them the support that they need, because I wish I had it when I was younger. I wish someone explained to me what the hell's going on. Like, what is all of this? Why do I feel so crappy? To have someone tell these kids that has connection with Spirit and teach them how to make connection for themselves, I think is really important right now. So a lot of my free time, not that I have a lot of that I'm redirecting into creating some stuff for the kids and trying to reach them and give them a forum and support. If any of you want to help me with that, you get in touch with me via email, please. I'm open to support for that endeavor as well. We got to come together right now, and do some stuff. But there's this place where so many people are just focused on what's going on for them, And I was reading something in Burning Gold last week, which started this whole thing with time to pull back, time to stop doing so much for everybody. A lot of people, they appreciate it and stuff, but they aren't willing to give back. Why do I do that? In Burning Gold, Zahora shared in one of the empath groups, someone was complaining about being an empath. Oh my God, I need help. And she's like, take Bernadette's here, shared the link for the empath masterclass, which I have priced at $20, which is unbelievably cheap. You can't eat at McDonald's for 2 people for $20. Seriously. So to me, it's it's totally affordable. And then she's like, I just don't get why people have to charge for it. We have to charge for it. And this brings me to the last thing I want to say to you guys of what I am offering up for you over the next couple of weeks. But we have to charge for it because our internet costs money, cell phone costs money, camera equipment costs money, mics cost money. Like, I don't have a shitty mic. I actually have a nice mic that doesn't sound all tinny and crappy. Video production, editing, uploading all takes time, right? Having these classes, I have to pay for a hosting site that can deliver my courses, which is also not cheap. That's an expensive thing too. It's not just throw it on a website and it's free. All of this stuff costs money. So yes, we do have to charge. So there's this thing of like give to the point where it's a detriment to you. Some of you I've had conversations with recently where that's happening with your friends and family too. And we have to value ourselves. We need to show by example what boundaries are and how to value our own damn selves. Those of you who are in business for yourselves, or you're a light worker, you're a healer, you're a psychic, and you're like looking for, and maybe you're not, maybe you're just spiritual and you don't want to do the marketing tactics of guerrilla marketing and all of this other crap, and you're wanting help with how to put yourself out there and market your businesses. I've had a few people ask me to create a master class and start helping once a month. And so we are going to be doing that. It's going to start this month on Tuesday. I'm going to say the 16th. Was trying to decide between the 8th and 16th. I don't have a sign-up form. I'm only taking a few people. So you guys are going to have to message me, or you're going to have to inbox me to register, because I want to check with every person. I'm not letting anyone and everyone in. I want to be able to work with you guys individually. But I'm going to do an hour to an hour and a half master class on the 16th at 6 p.m. Pacific time. $29 for that master class. If you do have to miss it, you will get the recording. I'm not posting it anywhere. I'm only going to send you guys the recording, and we'll do one master class a month, $29 each, so that you can decide which one you want to take part in. The first one is going to be all about how to get your message out there, how to change your mindset, and what actions you need to take to start marketing in such a way that you actually start to magnetize the people to you and attract business to you. This is how I've built my business over 19 years. So there's that place of wanting to support you guys too. And for a business masterclass, you guys, if you've ever taken one, you know $29 is ridiculously cheap. I'm doing it so that I can be supportive to the Lightworker community. And business marketing is not hard for me. And the messages that come through spirit, and we're calling it business, and it's business of spirit. So it doesn't matter what kind of business you have. But if you're like, yes, I need to increase my income and market myself, I'm just having a hard time and I'm getting very stuck in what to say and how to say it. My mindset's all screwed up over that one. Come and join us for that masterclass. All right. But get in touch with me one-on-one. Just send me an email. And if you don't know my website, it's bernadettegold.com. Click the little button on the top right. That's just email. Click on it and send me an email and say I want into that masterclass. And again, once a month, we'll do a different topic, and I'm going to give you guys homework to do to start getting yourselves in there. If we need to add another class in, we will. I'll be flexible and fluid with it. I want to see you guys succeed. I want to see you guys get your messages out there as well. And I want to be there as far as helping you do that too. There is a link to Patreon on my website. If you go to my website, it's the very last link. It's video. Click on that one. That will take you directly to Patreon. I have time, no income, but lots of time. Yeah. So as far as helping the kids, it is about sharing things and letting them know that they can actually, there is someone like me out there. Honestly, share it with your friends that have kids. This video in particular, share it on your timeline and explain to your friends, this is about the kids. This is about the energy. Yes. But honestly, I think some people need to be waking the hell up, wake the hell up. There's an entire generation of kids right now that are suffering, and they need us to pull our heads out of our asses and change things. Change it at a legislative level, change it in the schools, change it in the way that we have expectations for them. The workplace is changing too, you guys. This year, you're going to see more and more people telecommuting. Big offices are trying to get employees that are doing a lot of work from home so that they don't have to have big offices. We're going more and more that way. Which changes the sort of landscape of what these kids have to look forward to in school to get jobs, right? But a lot of them have social anxiety. And as parents, a lot of parents don't even understand what that is or how bad it feels. Well, it feels so bad that they can't cope. They just go into shutdown mode. They go into internal self-destruct mode. They don't know how to handle it. This is why so many kids are cutting, because it feels better to physically cut themselves and bleed than it does to feel it at an emotional level. What does that say about our society? Share it with the parents. Some parents don't even know it's happening. They're just that tuned out. So we have to get the message out there. You guys can help me by spreading the word. Those of you who actually have a calling with the kids and have the skill set to deal with them, and you've been through some of what they've been through, those of you that have been there, I want you to get in touch with me. But I want you to be someone who actually has a calling, already had it, had that feeling. You need a platform. You need someone to help you get your message out there, and we will team up together and collaborate to reach as many kids as we possibly can, because some of them aren't going to resonate to me. Some of them need men. Some of them need younger people. You know, I don't know, but I can only be the voice that I am. And I'm willing to work with an army of people, but we need to reach our kids. Like, it's time. They're drowning. We have to save them. Okay. All right. I hope that message came across the right way. I feel like it did. I feel like I had to empty all of that out because Spirits has been dumping this stuff inside of me. I'll try to come back later this month and do more. I have a lot going on, and I know you guys do too. If you want to reach me for a one-on-one session, let me be clear on this. You guys see, like, on live stream, because I'm trying to make it as general as possible so that it makes sense to many of you. There, compared to what happens in a one-on-one session with me or like Charm Life, it's very different. Even in Charm Life, like when you go one-on-one with me, it's so hyper focused on you, and Spirit comes through specifically just for you. There's a lot of movement that can happen there. You guys have no idea. I know you guys think like I share a shit ton of stuff on live stream, and I'm doing it in a general way that can help all of you with the messages that Spirit gives me and the patterns that start showing up with my clients. But if you really want to make breakthroughs happen for you personally, book a one-on-one. It's not like it is here on live stream. It's going to hit you at the heart and give you solid what to do to get you back on your path and get you back on track. It's powerful, and I want to do that for those of you who need the help. All right, so I love you. I hope that you guys get through this. Just know this energy, it will lighten up a little bit, but then we have this new moon on the 5th and more energy coming, more energy on the 10th, all these planetary aspects. Mercury finally set a shadow on the 16th, but on the 16th, we have even more aspects. The aspects today have been heavy duty, and we've been building to it. So I just didn't want you guys to feel like you're alone, but understand the intensity of the energy that you feel. It really is affecting the kids too, and we need to address it. And that was the main reason that I came on live stream, was to share that with you guys, because Spirit wants you to get it. Like, they're hurting, and we need to be there for them. So let's team up. Let's create an army. Let's surround them with love, encouragement, and let's take on the bureaucracy of bullshit that exists in the systems that man has created that does not allow these new energies to do what they're meant to do, which is to shift what's going on that is no longer working. Let's help them shift it. They're showing us what the problem is. We need to take it on so that we can create new solutions. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Oh, cool. Good.